buddy, I know you're probably thinking, I wonder what he's doing. And what I'm doing is continuing work down here. Now, we've got an interesting predicament. I don't quite remember what all we did in 162, and then like what I'd done off camera between now and then, namely because that was a while back, and now at this point in time I have done several rounds of dual survival with my nephew. So anyway, what I'll try to recap, we've got this big room, or now that you've done it, it doesn't really seem that big. It's kind of disappointing. But anyway, we have the stairs right here, and we've kind of hollowed out underneath them. These are the corridors, one on each side. They are symmetrical, so it's pretty cool in that regard if you're into that sort of a thing. There's our big staircase leading up. Eventually we'll like carpet this, and right there might be the village chorus that sings to us when we run by, I don't know. But here's this corridor that comes down, and that's that. Then you come in here, and we've hollowed this out as best we can. And if you note, when I come in here, there's a pressure plate. It's not wired or anything just yet, I'm just imagining this. But essentially this could be a shortcut if we want it to be, and it can also turn into a room of sorts. So essentially, and I've already done it over here, let me just show you in this manner. You know, I can come out all the way to this block. If I were to break this, you would see in the corridor, right? And so I've kind of carved that out, and I have not done that over here, but I probably will. And of course the way that would work is this is an edge piece, so that's a no break. That would be an edge piece. We've already done it there. Already done it there. This should be not that. So we have reapportioned that. I guess that's because we cut that out for the plate. That's two together essentially. But then from there, of course, you can just come in, and then this would be the edge, and that's an edge, so this would be able to be cut. So it's very simple, but after we had that hiccup, I'm second guessing everything. And then obviously you can continue doing this until we hit like the break point, you know, and the wall like starts to curve back a little bit. So we'll just hollow it out a little bit, and I feel like, let's count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 before we get to our double wall of 2. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this I think would be the double wall. And that would of course also mean that we should be able to break here, and then take this back to, and that wraps that up. So that's how we did that part. And whether this will turn into like a hallway or like a shortcut, or if I just wind up like blowing all of this out, which might actually be better. I guess we couldn't do the whole thing because the staircase, you know, would bottom out right there. But we'll do something. I don't know what, but that'll eventually be something. Even if it's just like junk chests, I don't know. And then over here, we had progressed a little bit, and I'm trying to think of what I was doing. I think I had decided I'd hollow this whole thing out, and then I changed my mind, and so I guess we're leaving it like that for now. And now this is where things are going to get really complicated. What was this? This was just a coal pocket or something, I think. Pretty sure. So what I am thinking about doing is coming in here and having like a really, I'm thinking of calling this episode like the conduit or something. And conduit, of course, that's something that you wrap, or at least the way I refer to it. I guess it has alternate meanings, but when I say conduit, I am thinking of like, you know, metal tubing that you encase live wires in, right? I should have left that. That would have kind of been cool. Plus I only have 3 smooth stone, or do I? Huh. Oh, that's stone bricks. Can't see. Yeah, so I think we've got some more somewhere, but I guess we'll deal with that later. So I'll just go ahead and get this out of here because it would kind of be in the way at some point. So anyway, what I'm thinking about doing is actually measuring this thing out. I don't have the glowstone, so I cannot make the like lab lights I can't make, which I can't really explain that to you because I don't have the glowstone in this game. We'd have to go really, really far away. Because my spawn in the nether is great if you wanted to go into the fortress, because it's literally right beside the fortress. If you want to do anything else in the nether aside from A, go in the fortress, or B, swim in lava, it is a horrible location. And I'm a simple man. All I wanted was some glowstone and nether wart, and maybe a blaze rod. But I can't argue with the convenience. It's just I would benefit so much more with glowstone right now than I don't have the goal of spawning the wither anytime soon. So, but that said, we might do it next episode. You never know with this series. That said, I could do lab lights with the glowstone. I could make chandeliers with glowstone. I've got so many things I need to do with glowstone, including the redstone lights, which would work beautifully in here for what I want to do. But I don't have that, and as such, I am seriously considering like doing a conduit type thing, which again I can't explain very well. But I can tell you that it involves, to get the full effect, it would have to like involve more rooms. So what I'm going to do is remeasure this and try to find like a center point, and I'll probably do quite a bit of stuff off camera. We'll come back in. I might showcase some of it. Might be one of those episodes I kind of piece together. I'm really at the point I need episodes cranked out instead of having time to like, just say, hey, we're going to make conduit and then do the whole thing in this episode by, like time lapse and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly how it will come together, but it will come together. And when we check back in, you should see a noticeable change, hopefully. So stay tuned, and whatever it is we do, you can be a part of. So see you back in a few seconds. All right, we're back. It's a little bit later. I'm way more tired than when we started. Even though that was just a few minutes ago. What I've done, I think if I remember correctly, this thing was like 19, essentially from like here, no, 14 on this wall. So this dirt thing here across is 7, the 7 mark, which would be halfway. And what I'll have to do, this is 5 blocks from this wall. And then you note there's block 6, this would be block 7, and then since it's 14, picture that as a wall, if you will. So this would be 5 from there, and then block 6, and you're like, ooh, that's not centered. So what we'll do is, and I forgot to factor that in. Lovely. So all this has to be redone. Technically, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be, but right there, that'll come down, and I guess I have to redo everything I just did. But essentially what I did is we come down here, and everything is fabulous, right? So we come in, and we're doing like our little corridor. It's just a little simple, if you count this pillar, 2, 3, and then we've got our 6 wide from this point. If I stand on this block, we've got 1 beside me, 1 to that side, and then the 3 there to make it what I would call 6. And then we've got our corridor format, and that wall there should break down and be under the staircase, if I'm thinking correctly. Same thing over here, made it symmetrical. And then we've got again the 1, 2, 3, and then we've got this thing. So I think this should break and be under the stairs. Haha. Alright, so we've opened that up, and then right here, this one should be the staircase. So, it is off a bit, but I don't know that I want to do this with 2 stairs, really. And now I'm debating if we want to... I thought about then coming down some. We're technically below... What are we? This would be block 1, 2, 3, 4... 5. So if you note, I've also put kind of this like structure here. That was from the iron, so ignore that 2 block area. But this little thing here is kind of something I'm thinking about playing around with as like a feature in the middle of the room. And I just have to decide if I'm going to be okay with having that open. Or would it just be easier at this point in time to blow this wall back another notch and just cover this up? I guess technically we could do that, since That might be what we do, and then I could get away with that. And that would be really nice, because I'd kind of hate to redo that. That staircase is gone, by the way, so we'll want to avoid that. I was a victim to the mining, but unexpected little issue there. Like I said, I did get tired, because I was sitting here and I was like, no, I don't need to break that out yet. I'll remember it. And then here I go with the stairs. And so with that in place, I believe we can... I should have made a pick while I was up there, but technically this would be our center spot, right? We have 3 blocks. I'm okay with that. So right there is going to be where we want to turn and just start digging that way. And what I'm going to do is make a smaller version, maybe just like 3 high ceiling or something, of the room above us. And I think I'll just have to be okay with what I said, and maybe just go ahead and like close this off. Might be what we do. Although I'd have to blow it back. I don't know. We'll leave it for now, but it's probably going to get pushed back if I forget this. Someone please remind me that that was my plan, is to move that entire wall back 1 block, if you will. So that said, I'll get off camera here and we'll kind of try to dig out a little bit more. I'll crank out some... I'm about tempted to put a freaking ladder in here just to save time. Where's my quick access points? It's not that. We'll just go this way. So anyway, this will slowly come together, particularly a lot better when I'm, you know, like awake and functional, perhaps. So what did we just do? We're crazy. Where am I now? Okay, bear with me. Here we go. Maybe I should leave this. I don't know. I think if I was like alert, I still have to play Animal Crossing. That's a scary prospect. But there's my smooth stone we need. So I'll clean out some inventory. I'll make a few more pickaxes, and we will try to get to a point where I can showcase progress again. So stay tuned for that. I'll catch you back in a few seconds. Alright, little progress point for you. This is our termination point of the off-center but soon to be recentered piece. We've got the staircase up there from the main storage room, and as you can see, there's a torch there because that's block 1. This is block 5, 10, 15, 20, etc. And right here at the 10 spot, I've gone ahead, I've gone out 5 that direction, 5 this way. Straight up, this would be block 10 in our little world, if you will. And as you can see, on this side it's open, and on that side it's open, and it should be open in a pattern from this shape, so a little bit bigger of an area. And if we were to encase water at that position, we would need a solid block here to hold it. So essentially, for a 2 high ceiling even, we have to go down 1 block in this whole corridor. That's where a staircase here will come into play. And I think what we will do is probably go down 2 blocks, and that'll give us a 3 high ceiling with an encasement for like conduit and lighting. Which, if that makes no sense, it will eventually, I think. So that's what I will do, is we'll just go ahead and not use a torch to dig down, but we'll just kind of come in. This will be 1 down here. We'll go ahead and just replace these torches as we go, and I'll do it 1 block at a time while you're with me, just so you kind of get a feel for it. Might leave that one in the middle so we can distinguish it for now. Was probably be the smart thing to do. And sometimes we do things like that, so there's that, and we'll replace that torch. Alright, so this is 1 down, and essentially, you know, right here we'd have our solid block. This would be an open block. Let's go ahead and till these out as well. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll replace that up to 18 levels. That's nice. Probably spin those at some point in time. I've done a lot of like low-level stuff. I mean, nothing like too fancy, combining of efficiencies, things of that nature. I showcased it in one of the episodes, and I don't know if I will continue to do that or not. But just right here, you have to picture like this is just the marker above the surface, and so this would essentially be our water channel flush with the floor. So if you call that floor, this block here would be water, and then putting a block here to hold it, we would then be in a 2 high. And of course, that's going to be cramped in my opinion, so we're going to make it 3 high. So let's start doing that right now. And hopefully we don't dig into another cave or anything crazy. I'm trying to avoid those so we can actually be productive little Minecrafters for a while. But there's that one. At this point in time, we kind of have to break that. So we will leave it 1 high again and just kind of terrorize the path in this direction. We'll have to lower the entry block as well, or we'd be stuck in here. I do have ladders. I made some extra ladders, so we'll drop that down. Fighting off a sneeze for you as best I can. And now if we had a block, essentially again, this would be water. Well, let's get somewhere we can stand. So this open area, you could say, since it's in line with that, would be water, and we'd have a block there. And so that would give us a 3 high, and that's going to allow the maximum efficiency in terms of us, like stacking these rooms together, which we might do, we might not. I don't know, this might be the only one. It might just continually expand down to bedrock. We might do storage, cool stuff, storage, farm, cool stuff, store. I don't know. It's something we can certainly kind of adapt to whatever we want it to be as we progress. But there would be the staircase coming down, and again the floor, and then right up there we'd kind of have our design. So I think what I will do now, I'm trying to think how long we've been recording in these multiple segments, but I'm not sure. So right there, that's a little block I broke out intentionally to kind of gauge where we were at. This is our design here. And so we want these gone. Whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. So that's okay. There would be that. And that would mean we'd have the same thing here, if I'm thinking correctly. Yes, so kind of got our little shape back into the mix, if you will. And that's confusing. And we'll just kind of take it from there. So what I will do is I will go back up top and kind of continue framing this part out. And I'm afraid if I dig straight down, I'd be that time I drop into a ravine when you don't expect one. So I'll try not to do that, but I should probably fill this while you're with me, just because it would get confusing. I do have... Oh, okay, so the smooth stone's there. So we've got that in place, and now it's basically just, I guess I'll pluck these out, or peg them out from up here, and that'll kind of help us dictate where we want to be. So we'll break those out as far as we can. I think we've done these sides pretty well. And that actually should not be one. That must have been from a pocket. We wanted it here. So let me... actually throw that down. That's probably what we'll do, and just hope I don't break it again for some stupid reason. Yeah, so that's what that's going to be looking like. And I will go off camera, try to see if we don't have some glass and start dumping some water, see what we kind of wind up with design-wise there. So stay tuned. That might be the last thing we do today, just kind of frame this part out, so I'll try to get a lot of it done off camera. And at least in this episode, I've got to be up at work in a few hours. I should probably play Animal Crossing, edit and upload this, and get to bed. So we'll see, but I will come back and we'll try to just kind of have this structure sort of pieced together and see what we think. So it might wind up going up, it might wind up just being a feature here going down. I don't know, but we'll figure something out, and hopefully it's cool. So stay tuned, and I'll see you back in just a few seconds. Alright, we're back. I'm about spent. It is 2:40 in the morning. I'm very, very, very tired. And a little bit more complicated than this should be, but this is what I've got right now. I haven't had time to really hollow out the whole thing just yet. But this will be like the centerpiece of the room, so I mean, picture it going, equal directions on all 4 sides. And I'm currently debating about, like having a path through here, or just having it be like a stationary thing. And I've also thrown this glass block over. This is like our centerpiece here. Kind of looks like a, enlarged trapdoor or something, or a cross in the middle. That's covering the torch, and I'm thinking the water will cascade down each side. And then I don't think it would be on. It might. So this is going to be ugly, but it'll keep the water from, like rolling out completely. Unless there's holes, which there very well could be, because, again, I am pretty tired. But I'm not sure how we want to go about wrapping this thing up. But what we'll do is we'll come up here, and we'll try to throw together maybe a water source would be smart. That would actually be a very wise thing to do. And where do we want to put it? I need to go to the bathroom too. But, man, I don't know what's going to happen here. But I think we might need more than the 2 buckets, so let's just stick it here for now, maybe, is what we'll do. And we'll probably, reframe it and everything here pretty soon. But for the time being, oh wow, we've got a full inventory once again. Just need to drop off some cobblestone apparently. But that looks like it's 4. I can't tell for sure, but I think it is. So for the time being, we will do this. We'll probably then come in and replicate it over there if we keep it. If not, it's not a big deal. But this is the way this thing's looking. And why is that there? Seems like that should be back one. Like that one's back, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, let's just start at the widest point. I put those torches there so we could kind of... Okay. It's a raging torrent. And we'll replicate that here. And it's going down, but where is it going? Don't know for sure. So let's just go keep filling this with... this might be a bad idea. It might be a great idea. We just have to wait and see. So I guess we'll just go... Might as well just do this in order. Would be the easiest thing to do. So there's that. And we'll now stick it in that far side. This one. We're kind of loading it up on, I guess, this side now. I'm not doing like a star pattern or something like we probably ought to. But it should work out the same. So there's that. There's that. I'll probably keep these buckets empty while we check this out. And what I'm waiting on is if I do decide to take this up to the ceiling and do something in here, the bottom down there is my guinea pig. Essentially, I can close that up like it never happened. I can cover this up like it never happened. And we are home free. In fact, I wonder if I couldn't just block the source blocks that I've created there. And that would take the water away. So here we go. That actually kind of looks cool. It would be nice if we had glowstone. The torch is still there, so that's a nice touch. And I believe if I break that, we're going to have a bit of an explosion. So I want to keep that, I guess, torch there, right? Well, let's just see. Maybe it'll stay put, but I doubt it. So we'll break it with dirt. Oh, yeah, bye. And item elevator effect. Same thing there. Okay, so yeah, we would have to add the glass pieces across there to make kind of like a walkway. The one you can't really see it, but in line with the torch. I guess we could try that. It's probably not a great idea, but why not, right? So we'll go ahead and just for our convenience, we'll cycle that over. And this might be really hard to do, or it might not. Okay, really? You're gonna tell me there's a source somewhere? I don't know how that's possible. Let's just block that. and it's kind of screwing up my torch system, but oh well. Just we'll see what this would be like, I guess. So we're gonna stand here, aim for that thing, and it's still showing a source somehow, which I don't really understand. We should probably just go high with these because, let's face it, it's going to continue to happen. We don't need a creeper to spawn in here. That would be the last thing that we need. So, geometry be danged. We will work at this from a different angle. So let's break that. Now that'll stay. That won't. That won't stay at all. That is our block. And that means if we could get one more, we have created an issue there. Alright, so there's that one. Let's just leave that for now. Let's see what happens. And we'll come around. I have no idea how long this episode is going to wind up being. And we'll probably have to wind up redoing this, sadly. But I don't know if that will have contained everything. I'm really probably too tired to be messing with this. Because I can't really see and I can't think well when I'm this tired. This is like prime Animal Crossing time. Jeez, this is not going quite like I had envisioned it. So we're able to do that, but then if we break that, I cannot see in there. I thought I saw a skeleton over here. Oh, there's certainly a chance of that happening. I guess as long as it's not a creeper, we'd be okay. A little overkill on the lights, I know, but hey, it's we gotta do something. So there's that again. This should create, yeah. Let me just see if we can come in here. And what is causing that? I guess. Let's try. That's totally blocked, right? So let's just try to put a ceiling on this. Kind of see what we wind up with. And that'll probably be where we stop, and I'll probably just like take the source blocks out from the top and eliminate this thing is the most likely scenario to happen. So I think right there, that should clear that out. And I don't know, that really doesn't do much for me personally. I don't know about you, you can let me know your thoughts, but I think I would prefer to maybe simplify this and take it down to like, again, it'd be great if we could retain our glass supplies, but I might just take that down to like a 4-block deal. And of course I can't really get far enough away to see that better, but I don't know. I think just keeping that more simplistic might be the answer for right now. We'll see what it looks like from up here. Up here it doesn't look too terribly bad. Of course we can manipulate it better here as we just gradually fill up, but looking down, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know, so we'll play around. That's kind of going to be like a centerpiece of some sort there. It may be that, it may change, it might just get taken down to, you know, like a singular column, or maybe, you know, just block, block, block here and make it like a 5-wide pillar type design, or a 4-wide pillar. I don't exactly know, but that's kind of what we'll be playing around with there. And then in terms of the rest of this, I'm kind of thinking, you know, like I mentioned, the conduit type stuff, and we might do lava, we might frame out, you know, and have water flowing around the edges. We'll just play around with it. I'll try to do more off camera when I'm a little bit awake, but you kind of get a feel for some of the stuff I might do, and I guess that's the point here. So the main thing is we did make progress. We've got kind of a cool staircase going down that direction. We've started breaking out the lower level of this storage room, so that's, I guess, progress as well. And then we sort of have begun trying to feel out what we want here in terms of a water source. So let's see if we can just archive these. We can. So it shouldn't be too bad to clean up. So we'll just kind of take it from there. But that would actually, let's see if we can do that. Okay. We could just go ahead and take the water out, provided we don't fall. And I think it just lowered that a block, I guess, everywhere. So that'll turn into a pain. We should have just blocked it. I think that would have done it. Anyway, like I said, that'll be off camera. I'll play with that. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Then I'm going to... I don't even know if I'm alert enough to edit this thing, sadly. But it's probably too long now. I don't know. It's hard for me to gauge time when I chop the episodes up. But you kind of, like I said, get a feel for some of the things we're planning and going to attempt to do. And so I consider that a win. But stay tuned. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff in here. It'll eventually, especially when I'm awake, come out to be pretty sweet, I think. So hopefully you agree. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoy solo survival, be sure to check out Dual Survival with the Walkthrough King. Episodes go live every day, 4 p.m. Episodes do alternate between my channel and his. But for the time being, I will end this. Once again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you back here later.